Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup, where I'll be covering MSI Group Stage Day 3. Every game was pretty much a blowout. We didn't have close games today at all, and no upsets. Everything was pretty much expected. I will say that maybe, we could have seen a game go one of two ways, but in the end, nothing really surprised me. Subscribe to the channel, by the way, if you like daily League of Legends content. I post a video every day. Like the video if you like it. Comment below with your opinions on your own team, on the games today, and what you expect for tomorrow. So if you haven't watched one of these videos before, I take the notes on the games to save you the time. If you missed the games, you didn't wake up early in the morning or it was late at night, wherever you are in the world, and you just want a rundown of what happened between, heck, PSG versus Stoneville Wildcats. You weren't going to watch that game. You're not a fan of either team. You just want to know what happened, and I give you the rundown of what happened in 3 to 5 minutes. And if it was, something important or interesting, I would tell you what time it happened, and you can go back in the VOD and look at it yourself if you'd like. So, game one, Order versus EG. EG beat the crap out of Order again, just like they did yesterday. EG definitely is showing that they're definitely better than Order. I really like that JoJo was dominant. He ended up being MVP. He played very, very well in the Silas. We're going to get into that. So EG would start this game by diving top at 4 minutes and then going bot lane a minute later. They'd reset. Order would take a Hex Tech. EG then get a pick. 9 minutes, there would be a fight in the river that went 3-2 in Order's favor. And that was the only time Order actually had an advantage in this game, when they took that Drake, when they won the fight in river, and afterwards it was pretty much all EG. EG would get a pick, Order would outplay a bot dive, they would take a mountain, and at 16 minutes, laning phase would end, with EG up 6-4, 4K gold. JoJo Pune is 4-2-2 on the Silas. So all these picks and all these plays, JoJo is involved. He is making things happen. 17 minutes, EG gets a kill in mid. Then they go top lane and get 3 kills. Danny with 2 of them, and JoJo solo killing Kisei in the fight. 19 minutes, EG end up taking the Rift Herald, winning a fight 3-1. That leads to a Cloud. By 20 minutes, now they're up 13-5, 7.5K gold. Inspired is 3-1 and 8. So the gold lead has nearly doubled in 4 minutes, and the game just started snowballing. And Order really didn't have a response. 21 minutes, EG get a pick. They take Baron. They're up 9.5K gold. They would then go bot, push their gold lead to double digits and beyond, reset, and then end at 29 minutes. Impact with a double in that fight. In the laning phase, which I forgot to mention this when I said laning phase ended, EG would attempt 3 plays, be successful on 1. Order did not attempt any ganks, dives, or roams where somebody actually showed in lane and tried to make something happen. And EG were 1 for 1 on the power play. So JoJo ends up being MVP. He set that game up early with Inspired, going around the Rift and doing what he had to do. Game 2, G2 in Order. G2 rolled over Order. Order even were able to pull out an Evelynn and Zed and could not do anything with it. Their Evelynn is their pocket pick, and that is the freakiness that they need to have in draft to have any chance, and G2 were not falling for it. So 3 minutes, G2 opened this up by getting a pick on the Evelynn, which put it behind, and then after that it was, smooth sailing. Order would get a 2v2 kill at 7 minutes. G2 would get 2 kills in the jungle. 9 minutes, G2 would dive top. There'd be another skirmish in the jungle that goes 1-1. Caps would solo kill Kisei at 12 minutes. Order would take a Cloud. 13 minutes, laning phase ends. G2 are up 6-2. 6.5K gold. So a 6.5K gold lead at 12 minutes. This game is just out of control. Caps is 3-0-1. G2 attempts 2 plays. They are successful on 1. Order don't attempt any. 14 minutes, G2 get a kill in the jungle. Order dive top lane. Kisei solo kills Yankos at 15 minutes. And then a minute later in the side lane, Broken Blade solo kills Kisei. So Kisei is really coin flip. And actually in their first match against G2, it's similar. Kisei had a couple solo kills and got solo killed as well. G2 take an Infernal. Order go bot lane in 18 minutes. G2 then go bot lane themselves 2 minutes later, winning a fight 3-1. This puts them up 11-5 and caps is 4-0-3. However, something interesting was that they had a 7K gold lead at this time. So Order actually were able to keep the game kind of under control and stagnant after G2 got out to that early lead, which is interesting. G2 could have taken their foot off the gas, but it's 2 games in a row where G2 has taken their foot off the gas, and I'd be a little concerned about that in terms of, mindset going forward. I feel like these other teams that are dominant, like RNG and T1, are now taking their foot off the pedal. They are crushing from start to finish, and G2 seem to not have that same ability. At least they're not trying to have that ability. I don't know what their deal is. You can say, oh, it's for fun, but T1 and RNG, is the implication that they're not having fun and they mean business or what? It's weird. But nevertheless, G2 end up winning a fight 3-1. They take a Baron. They're up 9K gold at 21 minutes. And with that Baron, they end through bot 4-1, Flacked with a triple. Final score 18-7. 1-for-1 on the power play. Caps ends up being MVP. He set up a lot of this game. His solo kills in mid. His LeBlanc was very good. He was able to roam, make things happen, get picks. So, once again, he ends up being MVP. Played very, very well. Thought something landed on my shoulder. Third game, PSG and Istanbul Wildcats. PSG go back with Hanabi, and that was definitely the right move in my opinion. Hanabi is a very, very good top laner and probably PSG's best player, so he should be in. If not, it's Kaiwing, but either way. So, Istanbul would actually get first blood in this game, going bot lane at 3 minutes. PSG then won a fight in bot 2-1. Juhan with a double on Lee Sin. Juhan ends up being MVP. He played very, very well in this game. You can't take anything away from him. His Lee Sin was pretty good. Bay also was put on Ari, a champion that he did well on in spring, and they did very well. So PSG end up going bot, double kill. Istanbul outplay a dive 1-1. They take a Hextech Drake. 12 minutes, PSG get a kill in bot. And laning phase would end. 12 minutes, PSG are up 4-3 in kills. Gold's pretty much tied though, so it's anyone's game. Yuhan's 3-1-1 on Lee Sin. So play attempts, PSG had attempted 1 play, which ended up being a failure, which was that dive that Istanbul were able to trade 1-for-1. The Wildcats were 1-for-2 on their attempts to make a play. PSG take an Infernal, 17 minutes. PSG get 3 kills in mid. Juhan with a double. PSG end up getting a pick. And then there's a fight in mid that goes 1-1. And now the game is 9-4 PSG. They're up 2K gold. Juhan is 7-2-2 on the Lee Sin. Really, really dominant Lee Sin game. I can't say it enough. He played a very, very good game. Gold lead's not all that large, but they're clearly ahead and cruising. 20 minutes, PSG end up taking the Ocean in a fight that goes 5-0. This pretty much decided the game. Juhan and Unified with doubles. With a clean ace like that, they just took the Ocean, went to Baron, took that, we're up 6K gold, and then would end with that Baron. Hanabi would solo kill Farfetch down in bot lane. Well, Farfetch tried to reset, and that started the spark that would push to end. Final score 19-4. Not a close game. PSG definitely came out with a purpose. They knew they did not want to be 0-3 in this, group stage going into the final day. They play tomorrow. It's going to be a big day for them. So, going into tomorrow, it's all 3 teams are 1-2. Not to spoil, but they're all going to be 1-2. So, it's a big day tomorrow. Hopefully, they all can clear out their mental, which we're going to get to the second half of group. Geez, I don't even remember if it's. I think it's Group B. Second half of Group B. Now. All right, now for the second half of this video, RNG and Red Canids. RNG, like I said earlier with G2, they're not, for some reason, G2 are not doing what RNG and T1 are doing, which is demolishing their opponents from start to finish. RNG really crushed Red. 30-9, and this game was decided really. It was an interesting early game. Like Red Canids had a chance for a second there, and they couldn't keep it going. So level one, Red had a level one, and I want to say I was thinking about this before this game, and it's nice to see somebody did it. And I'm not just saying this because Red did. There have been a lack of level ones. I think I only think there's been two. The first game, Saigon Buffalo and T1, and this one. No, not a lot of level ones, not a lot of invades and attempts to make things happen in the early game. And I feel like that's an area where these teams that are not as good on paper could exploit their opponent and actually, get an early lead. Like Red Canids did in this game, but honestly, I think the draft was sus. And I'm going to get to why I think, when this game got out of hand and their mistake. So, Red get a level 1 kill on Cheeton, which is what you want to do for the Draven. 4 minutes, RNG go top lane. There's a fight at 4 minutes in bot that Red Canids come out 2-1. So, Red's bot lane's doing well in the very early game. Reset, RNG take a cloud. And then at 9 minutes, RNG go top. RNG go 2-1 in bot, so they're doing two plays at once. And this is where I think things went wrong. So, Xiaohu goes top lane and affects the top lane matchup. Why is Gigo attempting to fight Bin 1v1? We all know, Red Cannon fans all know that Gigo is on struggle street. I mean, we can all say, oh, well, he did so good in the one game. No, let's be real here. Bin is, at least in my opinion, the best top laner in the world. He's definitely in everybody's, I would say, top 5. And you drafted Jax into Gwen against him. You're playing a skill-based match against one of the best top laners in the world. Why would you do that to him? Why is he not on a Malphite or a Scion or an Ornn or something a Gragas, something so he doesn't lose? I mean, he loses, but he doesn't lose you the game. So, 9 minutes, RNG go top lane and start putting him in a hole. They already killed him at 4 minutes. They're killing him again at 9 minutes. They're really trying to affect his lane. RNG then go bot lane because they go 2-1 in bot because Red are pressured now because, oh, well, if it's 2v1 in top, we have a man advantage bot. Let's make something happen. RNG outplay him. 11 minutes, RNG get another 2v2 kill. They also go mid lane. Then at 12 minutes, they go top lane again. So RNG are all over the damn place. And Red blow their lead that they had from level 1 in a composition that they should not have been taking risks, like the caster said. And I feel like they took a risk in draft. And even Gigo, why is Gigo even trying to fight the Gwen at that point? That causes Xiaohu to jump on top of them and offset the matchup. Like, don't fight him. I mean, I feel like I can be kind of, I just trying to be straight up. Like, what the heck is that? So, Red take an Infernal. At 13 minutes, RNG end up ending laning phase. Up 8-4, 3.5k gold. Gala is 3-1 and 2. So he's making things happen. He has 3 of the 8 kills. No double kills, but 3 of the 8 kills. RNG are 4 for 4 on their attempts to affect other lanes, and Red did not attempt a single play. 13 minutes, RNG go 2-1 in bot. 2-0 in bot, sorry. RNG then get a pick at 14 minutes. They get another kill in the river at 17 minutes, another kill at 18 minutes. Like, they just ran away with this game as it went from laning phase to the mid game. RNG end up winning a fight 2-1 for a Hextech at 18 minutes. 20 minutes, RNG go 2-0 in mid. Now all of a sudden at 21 minutes they're up 16-6, 8k gold, and Gala is 6-2 and 4. I don't think he's 8-2 and 4. I think he was 6-2 and 4 at this time. So his kill score doubled. Gala ends up being MVP, and if you didn't watch the game, there will be a moment that you want to watch in this. There will be a timestamp of significance. But from 13 to 21 minutes, the game just goes completely out of hand. It snowballs into RNG's favor. 22 minutes, Bin outplays a bot dive, which RNG end up coming out on top 2-1 overall. The first time they attempted it, it worked, but Red continued to try to do the same play over and over again, and eventually RNG were like, this ain't going to work anymore. 24 minutes, RNG would end up going to Hextech Soul Point because Gala got a 5-0 pentakill. Yeah, so around 24 minutes, so when I do timestamps, it's between 23:31, because 24 minutes is closer to 23:31 than 23 minutes, to 24:29. So 23:31 would be the proper time to, try and find this play. But Gala has a penta on Lucian. It's always very, very cool to see pentas in international events. So he gets a penta, go to Hextech Soul Point, go across the rift, get 2 kills, take Baron. They're up 13k gold now. And then they end at 27 minutes, 4-2. Gala with a double. Gigo trying to defend the Nexus gets a double. But this is a situation where I think, honest to God, I don't know why they put Gigo on a skill champion against Bin. That was a mistake. Tomorrow, I hope they don't do that. And if I were a fan of Red Cannons, I would hope they wouldn't do it either. So, on to Group A. Saigon Buffalo and Team Ace. Saigon Buffalo looked clean in this one. 20-7. Froggy ends up being MVP. I feel like I could have picked a couple people, but Froggy, I feel like, was a facilitator in the early game to get them ahead in the first place. So, 2 minutes. Ace go bot lane and get first blood. Then Saigon Buffalo gets a kill in bot 2 minutes later. 6 minutes, there's a skirmish in the 2v2 that goes 1-1, and in the end, Ace end up cleaning out the other bot laner for a 2-1 teamfight win, but at first it was a skirmish, just 2v2. 8 minutes, Saigon Buffalo win a fight in top 2-1. Hosmid solo kills Lonely after Lonely returns to the lane, and clearly Saigon Buffalo wanted to attack top lane, and a couple times they failed, honestly. I thought Lonely did pretty good, but eventually it became too much. So 9 minutes, Saigon Buffalo get a pick and a 2v2 kill. A minute later, they get 2 kills in the jungle. They get a kill in top lane, and by 12 minutes, laning phase ends with Saigon Buffalo up 10-4, 5k gold, sorry. And Froggy is 3-0-3 on the Twisted Fate. He's over, making things happen. He's roaming, he's diving. Froggy was a key contributor to their success in the early game because BJ on Kindred in the early game needs a little bit of help to get going, and Froggy was the one doing that. Saigon Buffalo were 0-2 in their attempts to make a play, and Team Ace were 1-2 in their attempts to make a play during the early game. Sorry about that pause. The phone started ringing, threw me off. Saigon Buffalo take a Hextech Drake. 15 minutes. They win a fight in the jungle 3-1. Bean J solo kills 5 Kid in mid shortly thereafter. Saigon Buffalo get another pick. I mean, they're just rolling. Every game was like this. From the early to mid games, these teams just started getting ahead and snowballed. All these wins are snowballs. 17 minutes. Saigon Buffalo now up 15-5, 12k gold, and Bean J is 4-2-7. So between 12 minutes and 17 minutes, the gold lead has more than doubled. I mean, A's is the worst team at this tournament. Like, they are the outright worst team. They're worse in Order. Order at least were competitive in a game, and Ace have not been competitive at all. Saigon Buffalo take a Cloud, and then at 18 minutes, they win a fight 3-1 in the enemy base. They have a Rift Herald. They're forcing the Nexus turrets at 18 minutes. I mean, this was just a complete beat down by Saigon Buffalo on Team Ace. 20 minutes, there's a fight in top that goes 1-1, and Saigon would then just push to end. Final score 20-7. No Barons were taken in this game because the game ended so quickly. We'll see how Saigon Buffalo does tomorrow. Them and Detonation Focus Me is the game to watch. Went 17-17 yesterday. If you missed it, check my video yesterday. I go over the game. Between them, those are the teams battling for second place. And we may see a tiebreaker if Detonation Focus Me wins tomorrow, because I doubt Team Ace is going to really throw, a wrench into this whole thing. Now, T1 versus Detonation Focus Me, last game of the day. 26-11. you know, I mean, T1 just continue to keep rolling. So 2 minutes, they go bot lane, get their first blood. They then go mid lane. Detonation Focus Me, get a pick on Carrier coming back. Carrier playing the Pike. Very, very good Pike. Ends up being the MVP. I've always said I'm a big fan of Carrier. Some people don't like that I like Guma and Carrier and bot and think they're the best bot lane, but in my opinion, they're the best bot lane. Um, and won't it be something if T1 and G2, which is probably going to happen, end up playing in the next round and Pike ends up being a high prio pick between the two teams, between the supports? 5 minutes, Detonation Focus Me wins a fight in bot 3-1, Steel with a double. So Detonation Focus Me actually are starting to, get ahead in kills and keeping up in the early game. There's a fight in mid and bot at 7 minutes. It goes overall 3-2 in favor of T1. Faker solo killing Yaharang in mid. Yaharang really was a real lead weight for this team today. He held them back. He got outplayed by Faker big time. That was the first of what would be 2 solo kills. Detonation Focus Me take a mountain. They then solo kill Yaharang again. 12 minutes, T1 end up winning a fight in the jungle 2-1. Owner with a double. 14 minutes, there's a fight in bot that goes 1-1 in the 2v2. Owner solo kills Udapon. T1 ends up taking an Infernal after solo killing Udapon. They were just running it with this at this point. 15 minutes was when laning phase would actually end. T1 up 11-7, 5.5k gold. Carrier is 1, 2, and 6 at the time. They're just, it was a longer laning phase, don't get me wrong, because in the early parts, Detonation Focus Me were able to fight back, but after a while, it just became too much. Zeus really dominated Eevee in top lane. Eevee should not have been playing set. He should have picked something else. The set was downright awful. 17 minutes, T1 win an extended skirmish 2-1. They get a pick. They get another kill in the jungle. That leads to a cloud. They're just rolling. 21 minutes, they get another kill in the jungle. So, there's a reset. There's a skirmish. It goes 1-1. T1 take a Baron at 21 minutes. There's, a skirmish afterwards, and overall it ends up 1-1. Udapon ends up sniping somebody out at the end from across the rift with his Ezreal ultimate. But T1 are up 12k gold, so really the game's over. If somebody throws a 10k gold lead, it is what it is, but we all know when it reaches double digits, we know the game's going to be over soon. With the Baron, T1 win a fight in top 3-0, Zeus with a double, and then at 24 minutes, they win a fight in bot 5-1, Guma and Carrier with doubles to end, final score 26-11. Clean day from T1. They're playing really, really hot right now. I'm that guy that kind of, I don't want to give RNG a hard time, but, RNG are playing from home. They're sleeping in what I would assume is their own bed. They're playing on their own setups. They are not in front of a crowd. They are not eating food, it's just even down to just routine of what you eat for breakfast and lunch and dinner and all these things. When push comes to shove in this tournament, if RNG wins this tournament, it comes with an asterisk. It really does, in my opinion. It has to. It's a BS advantage. I understand why it happened. But now that Asia games aren't happening, there's no excuse for them not to push the LPL schedule back a couple weeks, because according to Leaguepedia, we don't know when the season starts yet. So if you haven't even decided when to start your schedule, you could have pushed it back. They chose not to, and I think that gives RNG an unfair advantage. It has put this tournament on 35 ping, which is unfair to everybody. I think it's BS. But thank you for watching this video. Sorry for the rant. I've been holding back on that one, and after seeing this game today, in general, I'm just like, RNG, versus T1 and RNG, T1, I just have at another level, and those are the reasons why. So, excuse me, comment down below if you have an opinion of your own. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. Who do you think's going to win tomorrow? Who do you think's going to get out of Group B? Everybody can have an opinion. No big deal. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I hope you come back for more content.